What up? What up?
What it do?
What's going on, bro? Hey, so you always pick good photos, Ty. You picked a photo of that photo you had in the beginning, and me wearing my favorite sunglasses I can't find no more. So there's that. Fucking mad about that. Anyway, that photo right there is the one day that me and Becky was like, let's take a walk. So we walked from our house to like a place to eat brunch and walk back. Bro, I was tired as fuck. I'm glad we ate though halfway through.
Yeah, seeing your face like that, bro. You ain't got no hair on your face, man. That's kind of
you got
kind of weird, bro.
Looked like you had a little bit of weight on you back then.
I was still in the Navy then.
Yeah, you look like you jumped out of Vans. Jumped out of Vans and give the kids candy.
Hide your children.
Right. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is DJ World T. This is the Triple Threat Vet Podcast. We're live again, y'all. This is the 1st of August, man. It's already August. But we're here, you're here. We love that you're here. Another week, another episode, another podcast with my brothers. And we are here live. And I just want to say welcome in. Welcome to you. Thank you. You guys are watching in for the first time. Hey, go ahead and like, follow, and subscribe. We're on Spotify. We're on everywhere that you can find somebody. We're pretty much there. So find us, get there, stay there, because we're here for you. I'm gonna bring the brothers in. What's going on, fellas? There he is. Yeah. Ty, Matt, Al, and Blake being Blake, aka DJ Real T, aka High Time.
That's right.
AKA all kind of stuff, you know. What's up, fellas?
Been a tough week.
There you go. No, man. It's been a tough week, Al? You've been working hard and shit?
Bro. It's crazy. It's Matt, when you get back on Monday, you're like,
well, I will tell you that
what is happening?
No. Yeah.
Well,
you working hard is a product of you, not. Yeah, I'm probably lagging, dude.
A little bit, man. I can tell you're not home. Where you at, man? Real quick. Like, you good? Where you at?
I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, man. We got to move my daughter to Texas.
I feel like
back to Texas.
Always moving a motherfucker. I feel like this dude is always, every time I see him, it's like I'm moving somebody. Like you were like you PCS and you might as well work for like the government contract company that moves people, because you move a lot of people, bro. I feel like you were just a couple months back moving her to Cleveland.
Yeah. Give me a minute. I'm about to fix.
Oh Lord, here we go.
So like I'm
doing something. He's doing something, Ty. Ty, did you authorize this change of movement?
I don't know what he's doing.
He's got that look on his face. He's fixing stuff. That, ladies and gentlemen, if you look deep at Matt Johnson's face, this is the look of a man who's trying to fix something right now. You see that? The determination in the eyes. You know, the lips are slightly over just a little bit with the beard protruding down. Yeah. He's getting it. Yeah, that's the
eyes
focused right now. Yeah,
1,000-yard stare. So I'm back on my game, which is Scott. I've been back in the gym super heavy, probably for the last 7-8 days or so. I haven't drank a drop of alcohol since I think the last time I drank was on the podcast last week. So 7 days. Cold turkey, bro. Feeling good, sleeping better. Get my gangster back on. So my goal is to lose by October. When I see you again, I'm gonna be down 30 pounds.
Gotcha.
And it's easy. I'm gonna hustle it up.
Well, you coming? Now, Ty, how is Al sounding to you coming in? Is he choppy to you?
Yeah, it sounds like he's sped up and choppy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Really? I don't know what it is then.
I was thinking that was my internet. Sorry, I fixed the internet though. So
yeah, you still seem a little choppy to me too.
Just a little bit.
Huh? Maybe Streamyard.
Al, you sound like
you
sound like you're coming like. But it's all good, man. It's all good. Ty, what's going on with you, man? I know your stuff is working. I know your internet is good. You're on that. You're on that community.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just watching the Hall of Fame game a little bit, trying to catch up on a little bit of politics, seeing what's going on in the world, and watching the Olympics. And then the time has come where I've got to buy a new vehicle. So I'm not a big that's a little better.
All right.
I'm not a big proponent of change when it comes to vehicles. I'm kind of sentimental, as y'all know. But I'm about to have to buy a new vehicle. Got to get rid of that pickup. So
well,
I heard you're getting a Jeep. Don't do it, bro. Don't be that guy.
Are you just gonna buy another red Ford F-150 that looks just like it?
I was thinking about it, but no.
Yes,
I've got it narrowed down to a Jeep Wrangler and a Cadillac XT6.
Cadillac. Don't buy that Jeep. Don't be one of those guys walking around with ducks like a grown ass man with ducks on your
Jeep.
I wouldn't do the ducks anyway, but I mean, Jeep is my first vehicle. I've already had.
No, bro, you got to go Jeep. You can be tactical.
They ride like shit.
I've already had a couple. I'm a Jeep connoisseur. I like that life.
Yeah. Well, you know what, y'all, you touched on a couple of things. We did that all last weekend. Wifey got another vehicle. We got to get rid of the BMW. You had to get rid of that thing, man. It was doing too much. So we undone the BMW for now. I talked her down from going into the Range Rover. That's what she wanted to do. But I talked her down from that alligator temporarily. I don't know how long it's going to hold up, but temporarily that conversation is over. But she did get a nice Lincoln. I don't even know how you say that name.
Nautilus.
Yeah, that thing is not us. It does everything.
Yeah.
It does everything except fix you a drink. But I think they're probably with the update, it'll probably happen. So yeah, we went through that, the rigmarole of that part of doing things, which is always a whole day process. Anytime you go to the dealership, you think you can go in there in 5 minutes and come out. It's not going to happen because they always do I got to go talk to my boss, and they come back and write a number down so you can say no, so they can go back and tell you, yeah, you do all that. But at the end of the day, that was
you show up with cash, bro. It don't even matter if I've showed up with a cash in hand from Navy Federal, already good to go, and they still are like, well, like I'm like, motherfucker, this is what I'm buying. Like my wife's car, I paid cash for it, and they still were like, well, I paid, I traded a vehicle, and then they were like, well, it's gonna be $9,000 on top of your trade. I'm like, cool, can you fucking take my card? Like I'll just scan my card, you can take it. And they were like, we can't. We can only put so much on a card. Like we can do it on multiple cards. Like, wait a minute, like you take but I was like, can I write a fucking check?
I wish I could understand what you're saying, but I don't know if your mic is going in and out or what, but it's like you're like, but I'm pretty good at reading lips, so I know what you're saying. But yeah, let me try it again.
I'll be back. Try it again. Maybe my shit's acting stupid.
All right, Ty. So look, right now it sounds like
it's just me and you.
Yeah, man, we got that good Tom Ball sci-fi.
That's what I'm talking about.
We got that good Tom Ball Cypress internet right now.
That's right.
So yeah, they'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. They have the technical difficulties come in. It happen when you're live, but we still here. But yeah, so did that. I've been watching a little bit of the Olympics, or a lot of little bit. And I've been seeing some pretty cool stuff, man. I think this time for the Olympics, man, I've seen more. It seems like this year I've seen more people falling and mistakes and stuff like that. I've seen a lot more of that this year, this Olympics, than I've seen in other ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like like people miscuing on the beams, and you know what I mean. It was very rare that you see people falling and stuff like they've been doing. But I've seen a lot of that. Almost to where now when you watch it, it gives you that feeling like you're like, damn, I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you don't know, where it used to be like you just know they're going to flip and tumble and land, and they might have to, stick their landing a little bit tougher. But there's been some pretty crazy stuff that's kind of been happening. I'm like, wow, this is pretty different.
Yeah, I've been watching the Olympics, pretty like I've been, me, I'm pretty sentimental. So when it comes to cheering on our country, I'm going to probably cheer on pretty hard. But I've always loved the gymnastics. I always loved, of course, basketball, baseball, and that kind of thing. But I'm really excited. I watch women's rugby because of that girl.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name. Ilana Mayer.
Yeah.
Like just the women's rugby team. They're badass. They end up getting bronze. That was cool.
That was, but at the last second though, that was crazy. Yeah. I turned it on. I'm looking. I was like, man, she broke through the middle and just took out. I was like, oh, she's gonna get it. She made it. I was like, that's pretty cool. So it's still exciting. You know what I mean? It's still exciting when you see, when you see your country and the best in your country doing what they're doing against the best in other countries. It's cool. I think that's what it's all about, man. It's bringing everybody together and kind of like mano a mano. Let's put your best with your best and see what we come out with. It's kind of proud moments for all. I even seen like on the table tennis, I think it was like China and Japan were playing, and it was like they were going at it, and you just see it, man. It's just kind of cool to see, man, that all these people have great talents and different things, archery and all those kind of stuff that you don't really think about. But man, it's a lot of concentration and focus and determination, and man, it's kind of brings the best out of people. I thought it was pretty dope, man. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you checked out the guy from Turkey that finished second in the amateur. I think it was air pistol.
I didn't see that.
Like everybody's using all the go-go gadget eyes and ears and got real cool gadgets all over them, and he just came up in a t-shirt,
the basic stuff.
3M earplugs, and just got a silver.
There you go. Yeah.
Am I good now, fellas?
He said,
yeah.
Am I good too?
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys sound beautiful now.
That dude said, hold my beer, and went and won a silver medal.
You know what's crazy? Did y'all watch the swimming, the triathlon? I don't watch the Olympics, but I seen it on the news where like the water was so contaminated and shit, and they got it just to where it's good enough. I'm like, ain't no fucking way.
The triathlon?
Like they were swimming in that river, that waterway in France, and they had to postpone it because the water quality was like back to bad, and like they were like they treated it and were like, okay, like it's good enough now, and they were like, dude was like, I tried my whole life for this, and I'm getting in this water. Yeah, he said he was like, in 7 years, if I die, I die. I'm like, fuck that.
All right.
Fuck that.
That's right,
He's
bro.
like, I've trained my whole life. He was on the news. I haven't watched any. I've watched none. I did watch where there was a boxer who quit because she was boxing a dude or something. I don't fucking know. I was like,
yeah.
Oh yeah,
like,
you
I don't
didn't
know
see
what's
that?
going on. No, I just seen like a news article. Like,
Yeah, I saw that today.
I was like, damn. I guess the dude she was fighting, the whatever it was, she was fighting the guy, whatever. I guess she whipped that ass in like 46 seconds. The girl was like, fuck this, I ain't fighting no dude.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. The limit's going hard in the paint, bro.
I mean, how fair is that? That young lady, like Becky called and told me about that when I was driving. She said it just sucks that the girl trained her whole life to do that, and then she gets in the ring and then to fight a biological male, and like she was just crying, and she was like the person she lost to was like trying to like give her consolation. I was like, I'd have been like, get the fuck off. Dude.
I was like, hey, can you please? I'm on my hands and knees. Can you please move your dick out of my face? Can you please? I can smell your balls. Can you please back up off me, ma'am?
It's not fair, man. I don't care how you rap it. It's not.
So fair. I didn't catch that part until Matt said it. I thought like they were like letting like maybe this guy was a little guy, and they were like, fuck it, bro. I didn't know. I thought it was a fucking guy. No. I was like, because all I read was like, woman loses in 46 seconds to a man. I'm like, the fucking Olympics are going crazy. Like,
yeah.
I was like, damn, they fight dudes and girls in this bitch.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, if
I can fight some girls, I win a medal too. Let me fight. Now I can't fight no Olympians. They've trained, like they're ready. But you wheel somebody out there in like the Special Olympics, the wheelchairs, like with the
I know a couple girls that you wouldn't fight.
I'll whoop that ass, bro.
Yeah, I know a couple girls you wouldn't fight.
Yeah, I'm not fighting no Olympians for sure, bro. I'm not no athlete. I'm an average dude, but I'll fight that.
Well, the biggest problem, dude. The biggest problem is like nobody has really honestly stood up to say something or question it, right? I mean, at the end of the day, like fair is fair and what's right is right. Like I was thinking about this today, and I know these kind of things could be crazy and unpopular, but like how many women have you seen trying to compete in men's sports?
Well,
I mean, I haven't seen it.
I've seen it.
I think it was a boxer. Wasn't it a boxer or MMA person who was like, I'm a biological female, but I've transitioned, and she got I'm sorry, he. I don't want to fucking piss anybody. I'm just kidding. Whatever them got their ass beat. Like it was bad. And like this dude didn't give a fuck.
I've never seen
now in high school I wrestled girls, like because wrestling at the time, so I would wrestle. In Atlanta when I wrestled in McIntosh High School, 2 girls out of like South Cobb or somewhere. They had 2 females, and I was a tiny little dude. I wrestled at 103. So like if there was gonna be a girl, like this guy was gonna get her. And
you ain't fucking with them Cobb County girls.
Yeah, I know.
103. Yeah, bro.
I ate a meal. That was
shit
way
bigger than
more
that.
than 103.
My dad's got like the VHS of it. Like I fucking belly to back this chick. I fucking hipped. I tried to kill her, bro. Like for one, I'm not losing.
Yeah, but see that okay. So I think that's different, right? Because even in a lot of those rural towns, at that point, they're trying to allow everybody to participate, right? So the problem there is you didn't have enough girls to have like a girl wrestling team, or they want to do it. And so they were like, I bet you in that country ass school, they was like, y'all really want to wrestle? We need 2 more anyway. Let's go.
Yeah.
I did lose to a dude that only had 1 leg. That motherfucker was hard, bro. I'm not kidding. Like
I played basketball against a guy with 1 arm, and he was lethal.
Shooting like this?
Yeah, he was. He had half of it, and then like he had like a couple of fingers like on the elbow part.
Buckets.
But man, I'm gonna tell you right now, in high school, he was not to be played with. He was, man, I didn't want to guard him anymore because he was wetting me up, and I couldn't. Yeah, I didn't want to hit the little hand. So I didn't want to hit the little hand, but he's like, oh, okay.
After
you don't
the game, Scott,
did he handshake with it?
After the game, whenever I was high five, I came through like this. Everybody's going to touch this.
But he was cool, man. Like when you get past the the I don't want to say handicap because he didn't play like he was handicapped. But when you get past that,
The disability,
he was normal. He was fast. He was skilled. He could play. Hey, you know what I mean? You got to give it to him.
Just imagine how much practice he had to put in to be able to play to that level, where everybody else is like, let's just go out here and do this.
What's crazy, Matt, is there was probably people on Scott's basketball team that tried out and had both their arms.
Right. And weren't as good as him. Yeah, I know I had a couple people on my team that had both arms that couldn't shoot as good as he could.
That's impressive. Yeah. Like the amount of work and you know, just dedication you put in when you have a physical handicap and you're able to overcome that and like excel. Like it's crazy. I watched some of like the Paralympics back in the day, and like some of these people are out and now they got them crazy metal fucking grasshopper looking legs, but they are
fast as shit.
They missing legs, ain't had legs their whole lives, and they would smoke me.
But is that fair?
But so I was just gonna say they were trying to say they wouldn't let a person with like a prosthetic leg compete with regular people because they'd have an unfair advantage.
It is because your legs don't get tired.
Oh yeah, you ain't good. You know, they ain't gonna get no calf fatigue for. I mean, he's right. And
that's why they're in the Paralympics. So
that's true. I think they should be against other Paralympics, but someone to have. It's hard enough for me to race somebody with regular legs. You're gonna give me somebody with bionic legs. Yeah. Man, look, I understand that there was a tough run for you to get those, but man, my legs is tired. Yours are never going to get tired.
I know it's funny. I never thought about it like that.
You don't have to stretch your calves out or nothing.
No,
you just throw some WD-40 on them bad boys and keep on going.
Yeah, I never thought about it.
I mean, if they only have one prosthetic leg, then one leg is going to get tired. So then they're already batting 50%.
Yeah, but you got Scott's legs is tired.
You have the leg up. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying.
I got you there. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. But yeah, I don't think it's fair. I think if you have it, it needs to be all the same because it's like we tried to play softball, bro. My damn hamstring is not even healed. It still hasn't healed. I don't like it. You know what I mean? I'm walking around. It's like certain moves I make. I'm like, ooh, yeah, it's not ready. It's not ready yet.
Hey,
Doc's crazy.
Doc is crazy. Doc is a true combat corpsman, bro. I can't even. I don't even want to read it, but that is fucking classic. I like how she hits me with part of my language at the
end. Part of my language, right.
That's the same thing as starting off the sentence with no offense.
No disrespect, but all disrespect.
No disrespect.
Right. Yeah.
So the other morning, let me say my daughter got me like that. So the other morning I'm getting up. I just woke up. I ain't even had no coffee yet. And I'm in the kitchen and my daughter's like beside me. And like, and I got like pissed, like mad at her. She was like, don't forget, Dad, don't forget to brush your teeth this morning. I was like, well, I know you funky ass. We got braces on. Your little funky ass breath ain't talking shit. I was hurt, bro. She hit me with like, Dad. I'm like, I just got up.
Yeah.
But you walk around with funky ass breath. My shit's funky because I just woke up.
You got 10-minute grace period.
Yeah, bro. She hit me with the whole, Dad, I just want a reminder. Just a reminder.
Yeah.
Just make sure you brush your teeth.
Yeah. Child PSA. You're supposed to brush your teeth.
What did you say to me? Yeah. Oh, bro, got me good. They're going out of town tomorrow. They're going down to April's mom's house. And I got to work, so I'm going to stay, which I don't mind. But, like, my daughter, when she thought I was going to go, she was like, I mean, you probably shouldn't go. Like, this is like a girl trip. You're not going to like it. We're going to be shopping and shit. I'm like, yeah, spending my motherfucking money. And she was just, like, really adamant, like, maybe you should, like, stay here. Like, you could relax. You could, like, I don't know, like, cut the grass. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
She's giving you tasks?
Dog, cut the grass. There's a hole in the backyard. We had a turtle living in this hole, and I guess the erosion, so it's a big fucking hole. I got to fill this fucking hole. I got to get the pool up to date. I'm thinking, y'all are gone. I'm not doing shit for like, I might go to the gym, but I ain't doing shit for a while. Like, I'm going to wait till Sunday before my wife comes home. I'm going to clean the fuck out the house real fast and do all this shit and be like, good to go. Like, knock that all out.
I've been taking naps all weekend.
Fuck, all weekend, bro. Like that.
Yeah. Speaking of naps, man, I don't know if you guys or anybody in chat or any other veterans or anybody who are out now. About 2:00 comes, and my body goes to shut down. Like I literally had to go take a nap like a little kid the other day, man. I was so embarrassed, man, because I could not, you know what I mean? I couldn't function right. I had to go take a nap. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. Like I'm 50 years old, man. It's like, go, your body's like, hey, bro, go take a nap.
As a
No
married
way,
man,
dude.
though, as a married man, do you feel guilty? Like you feel bad?
Yes.
I feel
No,
if
I
take a
don't.
nap,
I
shit,
did feel guilty. My
like
wife was working,
yeah,
and
bro, I feel
I'm in
guilty.
the room, stretched out on the thing, Superman, straight nap mode.
Bro, I'm grown like you. I'll be, in fact, this month on the 14th, I'll be 44. So I'm grown as hell. But there's times like my wife will be out and about, and I'll lay on my couch in my office and take a quick little nap. And when I hear that motherfucking garage door, I'm like jumping up.
You feel guilty.
Pillows.
Yeah.
Like she's like,
Yeah.
you look like you've been sleeping. Why you got them lines on your face? I'm like, well, that's fine. No,
Hey.
I was sitting like this. I was sitting like this.
Yeah, look, Mom June's in the chat. What's going on, Mom June? How you doing? Yeah, I told her to tap in. Man.
What's up, Mama June?
Yeah.
I feel no guilt and no shame to take a nap. Ever.
Tell us about it, Matt.
Oh, Matt,
I'm
you
just
take
saying.
naps. I thought you didn't. I thought you were not allowed to take the nap. I thought Becky.
I don't think he does. I think it's Cap.
Bro, the dude don't sleep.
I
He
only
has
know
7
that
jobs.
means
He's
that
full
I'm
of
lying
shit.
to
He's
my
robotic.
kids. Why do you
He
think I
yeah.
take naps? I take naps because I gotta fucking fit it in somewhere, dude.
No, I'm with Ty, bro. You're probably like a robot. You probably like just plug yourself in and like,
Cybernetic organism.
yeah, bro. You're lying, dog.
I wish I was
Stop
a robot.
it.
That'd be great.
Stop it. So let's talk, man. What is going on in the world today? What is like? I'm just curious. Like it seems like every time I turn on the channel, the news, there's some more crazy. Just whether it's political, you got, and I want to bring this up because I watched it this morning.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, and I really don't care who you vote for, but I'm gonna ask this: Trump, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like this mother, bro.
Well,
we are in trouble. Like this dude went to some kind of conference and like, and I'm not, bro. I'm not a politician, right? But I could have told him what to say better than his response. He went to the
National Association
of Black Journalists, and this stupid. Thank you, Scott. Let me just tell you what this motherfucker said. If you didn't watch it, if you didn't see it. Like they asked him, and it was a loaded question. But as a seasoned politician, once the president, I figured I'm not a very bright person. Like I could have answered the question better. When they asked this dude, do you think that Kamala Harris is only getting the push because of her race? And this dude started off with, first of all, how about you fucking tell me, like, I don't know, good morning, hello, whatever. Then his answer is, my answer would have been this. I would have said, no, I don't think it matters. I would have played the Democratic card and been like, I think she got elected. She got the position because it was all part of the plan. Joe Biden stepped down. She didn't even get voted in. I would have played that, like played it smooth. This dumb dude says, I didn't even know she was black. I thought she was Indian. She's just now black.
Well, she is.
I'm like, bro, why the fuck?
She's both.
But these people are.
No. But what I'm saying is, are you surprised he answered that way? Let's just be honest. You can say he's dumb.
No.
But his answer was his answer. So there's no surprise there. That's how he is.
My problem is, these are the people that our American brothers and sisters were like. I think it's a great idea.
You know, there's a whole bunch that you can look at from all that shit, man. If you watch the whole thing, what's that lady's name? She's on another news network. That's not the one that runs all the other way. And she was all the way on the other end, and her mic kept cutting out, and they wouldn't let her ask questions. So, like, they couldn't talk. But then the person right next to him that was asking the questions, it just didn't start good altogether. Now, the one thing I will tell you is, good on you, Donald Trump, for walking up in that bitch and asking.
Bro, that dude. I mean, he walked in like a.
But he could have approached it way better.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
Well, he said afterwards, he was like, "Well, I really thought like Kamala Harris was going to be here, and we were going to have a conversation, like a debate." He was not prepared to walk in there and be like, "Look, I can't talk a lot of shit to somebody else."
Oh no, he did.
It's just me. Got him.
Oh, he did. He talked a lot of shit.
What do you think? What do you think, Matt? When you say he talked a lot of shit, what you mean? Like what?
He just said what he did. What he does, he talks and says he's a classic guy that if he could just slow down and listen to the people that are like advising him, he'd probably say a lot better stuff to everybody because That dude, if you ask Donald Trump any question, it don't matter. That dude's like, I don't give a fuck. But then his brain, he was like, ooh, I probably shouldn't have said that. So then he's got to come back and say something else.
Does that. I don't think his brain
He just
says,
doesn't care,
I
bro.
should have done that. I don't think it does. The only thing I think his brain said was the only time it said, ooh, I should have done that is when he looked to the right and he missed that bullet. That's the only time his subconscious told him the right thing to say. Other than that, anything that comes out of that guy's mouth is pretty much, you don't know what you're going to get.
Well, speaking of that, did you see the coverage on the SWAT team? Like, they brought this SWAT team on the news, and I'm not talking shit about y'all. Y'all might storm my house and fucking fuck me up. But let me tell you something. I'm looking at the SWAT team and like watching these guys be like, we're really sorry about what happened. Like, well, I don't even know. Like, we was training. Like, they were not prepared for like their apology. But I'm looking at these SWAT teams guys thinking, bro, this shit looks like Reno 911. I don't know what the SWAT qualifications are in that small town, but I'm moving there because I'm about to be like fucking like Jason Statham in the fucking Transporter.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to think about it this way. This is what's going on. You see all these people that are brought up in front of everyone to say something. You could say what we're going to say right now in the next 15 minutes. You can say it about Trump. You can say it about Kamala Harris. You can say it about J.D. Vance. You can talk about these Secret Service people. You can talk about the local police department that's over in Butler, Pennsylvania. The problem is all these people get hired to do a job. And because at some point we decided training and developing people to do their job at a high level and making sure that they knew what they were doing was not important. So when bad shit like this happens, these guys go in the room and they've obviously never been through anything like this in a training scenario, and they can't give you an answer. Like, they can never just give an answer. It's always a question. And it was even that way, like on all these college campuses when they were asking all these Ivy League, presidents, do you think saying this statement is anti-Semitic? And they were just like, well, I mean, it depends on how you say it. Like, are you kidding me? Just answer the question direct. Even if you feel it's not, be honest and just tell people what you think. Unfortunately, instead of trying to find the word you think people want to hear. Like, we got to stop doing that shit. We got to start putting people in a position to do the job because they're qualified to do the job. It doesn't matter what you look like or where you come from. I just need you to do this shit right. You know what I mean? And it baffles me that, like, over and over and over again, you could look at everything and go, these are the best fucking people we could find. Yep. Like, these are the best.
Yep. That's my argument is that. But well, before Ty, what do you think? I know you like to listen to these things. And
I have such
strings and shit, like the angles.
I have such strong opinions about what I see wrong with a lot of things in America that if I were to voice them, I would be that veteran that is some kind of crazy, right-wing crazy person, because I believe in just saying things like I see them. I don't believe that it's the truth. I believe it's the truth of the moment. And I just don't think that diversity, equity, and inclusion hires should be for the Secret Service. I don't think it should be for special forces, at least the Delta that's going after the terrorists of the world. I think there's very deliberate people that are doing this, and there's women involved in special ops, and they do a kick-ass job, but they're very deliberate people. And they're a different complete mindset than the people that are usually the ones that are arguing all this stuff. The people that go and fight our wars are wound very tightly. And I've always likened myself as a conduit between those crazy motherfuckers that fight our wars that are my heroes, and then the people like, you guys and Matt and myself, that we were kind of in the regular army, but, we did pretty fucking awesome ourselves. But there's a different group of people that should be doing certain things.
Yeah.
And, Tim Kennedy, I think they should co-opt the entire Secret Service and have Tim Kennedy and his team, the Sheepdog Response, go in and absolutely do Overwatch for the Secret Service throughout this entire election cycle for both parties. For anybody that gets Secret Service protection, past presidents, family members. Tim Kennedy and his sheepdog response needs to go in and reteach them everything that they already know, but they need to be led the way they should be led. That's the only problem. It's not a tactical issue.
Yeah, I have an angle on something. Go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't know who was talking.
I was just going to say, I think the biggest problem with how we look at these things right now today, the biggest problem is when you watch all of the coverage of what you're seeing, it doesn't matter what channel you watch. It doesn't matter what medium you watch it in. You still don't know the full story. So right now, I really feel like what's happening, and you can see it everywhere, is that DEI term gets thrown around, and they say that these people should be here. And you can obviously tell in some cases.
Oh, it's Wi-Fi.
If I could finish his thought, I hope this is what he's going to say. You can tell in some cases in corporate America where DEI is absolutely essential, and I think it makes the workplace so much better when you're talking about any kind of corporate job where you need creativity. I think it's great to have, and I'm using quotes because I don't think about this. If I'm hiring someone to be a mortgage loan officer, I don't think about diversity, equity, and inclusion. I think about who's best for the job. And the first word's a V, veteran. Second word is, can you talk? Third word is, do you know your job? The fourth and fifth words may be what part of the country you're from so that we can capitalize on the market. But, I'm not doing DEI hires in most places, in tactical, where someone's life, where someone has to perform physical things. It's definitely not a mental thing. They have the ability to do all that, but you saw that one lady wasn't even as tall as President Trump. Mm-hmm. So she couldn't cover him the way she was supposed to. So that's a standard. I don't know what they call it, but they do it all the time. You see them practicing it, all the time with executive protection. So she wasn't even tall enough to practice to cover him. So I have a huge problem with that.
Hey, Ty, real quick, shout out to Mike Stroud. Me and Matt both worked for him. He was our division officer for a while. He's been in literally every branch of the service, I think, except for the Army. He was in the Marine Corps. Then he went to Coast Guard and was commissioned as a fucking nurse, I think. And then he came in the Navy, and now he's in the Air Force. He just made, I think, 05. Yeah, just made 05. So congrats, Mike. Miss you, bro. Real quick about this guy. He was that officer, like, you'd have to brief him before you went into shit. Like, hey, bro, like, good cop, bad cop. Like, you're going to go in there. Like, don't say shit. I got you. He was like a lieutenant at the time. I'm like, hey, we'd walk in the office and he would be like, let me fucking tell you, Skipper. And they'd be like, shut the fuck up, parade rest. I was like, fuck, I fucking told you, Mike. Don't go in here and act fucking crazy. That's my job. He was great, man.
That dude, we did a division inspection.
Lieutenant Colonel.
We did a division inspection when he was the division officer with me, and we did real good and got done. And I know you know this place, Al. So when I tell this, you're gonna laugh your ass off. So he was like, "We did so good. Let's go get some food." I said, "All right." He goes, "Let's go to Lakudo's." I was like, "Where the fuck is Lakudo's?" He's like, Lakudo's down by the beach. I was like, "Sir, are you talking about Lookouts? That's where you want to go?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, that place." I was like, how the hell you get Lakudo's at a Lookouts?
So he was like that guy, Ty. He played jokes on everybody. Like, he would move your fucking ranks and shit around. You'd be walking around looking stupid. So I got his ass. He had a barbecue at his house one time and brought the whole division out. We're having a good ass time. Well, my kid.
Y'all's division is like your section, right?
Yeah.
For the Army listeners, the Navy division is like the Army section.
Yes. Yeah. So he brought us to a barbecue, I'd been planning this for fucking weeks. I'd been saving shitty baby diapers for weeks in a fucking trash bag. And he had just bought he lived in Alabama, lived in like Daphne, Alabama, beautiful house, like fucking, balling out, right? I took these baby diapers and he had just bought a brand new, I think it was an Altima. He says, this motherfucker. It was a brand new Altima or something. It's a nice fucking car, leather, beautiful. And I loaded that car down on a fucking Friday night because he wasn't going to drive it again until probably fucking Monday morning in the heat of the Alabama sun. Packed that son bitch down with baby shit diapers, bro. Shut the fucking doors and went on about my business. Bro, he came in work and was like, "You motherfuckers, what the fuck?" Like, we hid diapers. He said he got in the car. He said, "Open the door." He's like, I really thought something had gotten my engine and fucking died. So he's like popping the fucking hood. He's looking for a dead animal. He's like, I'm letting it air out. It ain't going away. He's just finding random diapers every fucking where. Got that ass, bro. Got that ass.
Y'all are foolish, man. Well, there you go. I don't know if Mike knew y'all was gonna put his business out there, but there you go.
Oh, he don't give a shit.
Mike was the fucking Mike was a gangster.
That was my man.
He was cool.
I would counsel motherfuckers, Scott. Yeah, would you counsel motherfuckers? And he would like bring him in the room. He's supposed to be the divo. He'd be in that bitch knife handing motherfuckers up. Like, let me fucking tell you. I'm like, fuck, that's not you, sir. That's me. Like, you're supposed to be the guy who's like, calm down, fucking chief. He's like, fuck this motherfucker. You're out of the fucking Navy. You're out of here, bitch. He was great, dude.
There you go, Mike. But you know, he's like you throw a new toy into the ring, and it's like, oh, I forgot about the old toy. I don't even know what y'all were talking about before then, but now we're here. So we know who Mike Shrud is. Shout out to Mike Shrud and everybody that's in the chat. This is the Triple Threat Vet Podcast. We're just rambling. It's the guys tonight. We don't have no guests. We are the guests. We are here. I think what we're going to do right now, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to regroup, come back, and we're going to finish out with the fellas because we're here and you guys are here. So we're going to be here for you guys. We want the interaction from the chat. This is the time for you now to go ahead and tell somebody to come on and log in, join the group, join the conversation. We're talking all kind of stuff tonight. So we're going to pay a couple of bills. We'll be right back. But this is the Triple Threat Vet Podcast. I'm your man, DJ Royalty, and we'll see y'all in just a few seconds.
Gear up in style wearing Got Your Six apparel. Every purchase makes a difference. It's more than just clothing, it's a statement of gratitude. Upgrade without breaking the bank. Discover cost-effective, high-quality clothing made in the USA. Each shirt is handcrafted by our team in the great state of Texas and shipped for free to your front door. Got Your Six is where quality meets purpose. We're a small veteran-owned business that takes pride in the mission and the value of our products. Join us in growing a community, supporting our heroes, veterans, and first responders by wearing a custom design.
I thought you'd never ask.
Visit sameflagsameoath.com and use the code TRIPLETHREAT for 10% off. Follow us on all social media platforms for any upcoming releases or events, and you can reach out to us with questions anytime. We are here to support our brothers and sisters.
My name is Mac Verdi. I'm the founder of Veteran Mortgage Solutions. I enjoyed the military after 9/11. I found a calling out there for myself. I was at a part of life where I was just out there. I was going to college but not going to college, and ran into a recruiter and he got me. I spoke to the Marines first and he really couldn't offer me much. And then as I was leaving the Army recruiter was outside and was like, hey, come here, let's talk. And it was like a movie. Yeah, he was standing outside and he was like, hey, you didn't hear what you wanted to hear? Come here. He offered me a lot of good benefits, and I just signed. At Veteran Mortgage Solutions, all our loan officers are military veterans. So it's kind of cool because On our weekly calls, we have Marines, we have Navy, we have Army, and we all Air Force, and we all just banter and we all make fun of each other, and it's just a good environment. Even though we're all from different branches, we still have that one goal in mind, that one mission, and we all help each other out. Nobody's better than anybody, so it gives us that camaraderie that we used to have in the service, comes over into the company, which is awesome. You could call us or visit us online at veteranmortgagesolutions.com. We have a 1-800 number that you can call as well, and you'll talk to somebody in our office. And social media, we're all around social media. You could message us. We always have a loan officer responding any way you reach out to us.
There you go. We're back.
So Ty, I know you're.
That's not true. I absolutely think I'm the best in every sales meeting that we have. I'm the best, and they all know it, and they acknowledge it every day. Thank you.
There you go.
Goddamn right.
So I know I was going to ask you, Ty. I know you're involved in the really deep in the VFWs and in your local veteran, Chamber of Commerce and like all this different stuff, right? What is your opinion on? I know the VA has kind of become under fire. I think Luttrell's one of them. There's a couple of people that are leading this kind of campaign against, or I guess questioning the VA on I guess they're getting involved in like the voting side of it, right? Trying to get some kind of voter agenda passed for veterans. And these guys have come out and pretty much been like, you need to worry about veterans and not elections. And I've got to read some more into it. I heard about it, but I was
they're bucking the VA administration, like all the bureaucrats, all those people, not the actual caregivers and the people that work, but the VA administration that are a bunch of bureaucrats and elected officials. They're basically saying they're going to buck the system. So if Congress tells them, not if a law passes that says this has to happen, they're still saying that they're going to give information, HIPAA information to the commands, or not going to give them to the commands. They're saying they're not going to do what Congress tells them. So the fact that they're doing that, that pisses, veterans off specifically, and people that are very deliberate men like the Luttrells, like Morgan Luttrell that's in Congress. He's not going to stand for that. And a lot of times they have, I think he's on the, I don't know if he's on the Ways and Means, or I know he's on one of the committees that does a lot of stuff with the VA. So if he's speaking out against it, then I'm not exactly for sure what you're saying, but I know that's what's been in thus far.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
I saw he held a hearing about VA benefits and how to make it better for the veterans and get them more access to things and not have to go through the same process. So I don't think he's trying to, like, you would need to read more into it. He's not against anything. No, he's trying to get more, more benefits.
He wants the veteran administration, like you said, the bureaucratic.
He's just trying to take all the
more transparency.
Not really transparency as much as taking all this red tape away to allow veterans to go get the care they need instead of having to jump through all these hoops. Right. I don't think it's anything about necessarily transparency as much as this veteran needs this care. Like, why does it take so long, or why is it so difficult? You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
some of the best two VA areas to do like test case studies for logistics on how long it takes people to get from their house to, downtown to DeBakey. I know community care is a big thing in legislature right now. They want to kind of push it to where everybody can go to community care, and that may be a good thing, or it could be a bad thing, because if everything goes to community care, you may lose some of that funding that makes our VA the best, quote unquote, VA in the world, or the Palo Alto, San Francisco VA. I guess that's the number one, but maybe we're number two VA. We'll lose some of that funding if everything goes to community care.
Yeah, but you have to think about even in like Houston, right? Houston's the largest population of veterans in the country. Like, it's a ton. So like these guys are waiting 6 months to get appointments. You know what I mean? So like,
never happened.
That's the part where he's like, that should be allowed to go to community care. Now you may want them to bring you that stuff so that you can see it. Got it. But they should be able to go get the care that they need. And that's the part that I've seen him talking about in the legislation. And like, I watched the beginning of it one day. It was like in a breakout to one of the news channels, and they were showing him introducing it and talking about, we need to get this right. We need to do these things. So yeah, he's for it, man.
Well, the reason the reason, like, oh, good Lord, we may get into something here. The reason, in my opinion, nationwide health care, the Affordable Care Act won't work is because you have Republicans and Democrats and the third party, sometimes libertarians or independents or whatever, they win office and they want to do their agenda. So they're always changing. So none of these programs, especially a program to where, it has enough time to where all these millions of veterans that we have, the influx of veterans that are looking for care, trying to find care in their areas. That's why the census is so important. So demographically, we know where people live, and so that we can put care in those places. And at least for those things, I know a lot of people look at the census as a bad thing, but like I get into that data like big time. So yeah, we could go into some crazy opinions there. But I mean, the Affordable Care Act, it would absolutely work. But I mean, one party's going to come in and want to pass it and then make all the doctors buy in, say they have 8 years, and then the next party's going to come in and abolish it. So if it's good or bad, you're never going to have a chance because too much consternation.
Yep.
That's
a free market economy.
Doc said the same thing. It's even a mess in civilian healthcare, right? Like to be able to get the healthcare you need. Like that's the one thing here. When you watch it, that's the thing that I notice all the time. Like I'll watch TV on any channel, and like every other commercial is trying to get me to take some medicine to fix some stuff. So we're like trying to get you to get all this medicine, but when people need healthcare, a lot of times it's like really hard to like find that care. So it's like, can we just get this right? Like people need help, get them the help. You know what I mean?
The reason why it won't get right is because of politics. Like if you go to places like Dubai, for example, them guys aren't worried about Medicare. They're not worried about none of that stuff. There's no homeless people there. They got a system that works because there's not this side or that side that are arguing with each other, say, I think this is a good idea. Well, I don't. Well, I'm not going to pass it just because you're this, and I'm not going to do it just because you're that. It's not about the people anymore, right?
Correct.
What's happening right now is not about the people. It's about power and who is in charge, and that's the issue. There's not a person in the conversation right now that can fix it. Period. And I'm not saying I'm not, but I am. There's not a person that you can't name one person right now. Nobody can name one person right now that if you put them to be the president, they're going to fix everything. There isn't one. Not that we know. Because if it was, who could we say? Right? For a fact, it's not Donald Trump. Regardless of what some people might feel about it, how they say, he's not going to fix it. I don't believe that Kamala can fix it. In my opinion, if I had to make a choice, is that a better choice than the other one? For me, I would say yes, only because we know what we know from one, and we don't know what we know for sure about the other one, but everybody promises.
Yeah, I'm with you. I say that neither one. I think at this stage we're not. I don't think whoever, any of the candidates that we have
no
now,
one. Tupac maybe. Tupac. So everybody seems to like Tupac.
It's not gonna happen, right? I mean, we went from. It's crazy to me. I joked about it the other day. I said it's crazy to me that I'm being told that they have campaigns, right? We should vote for, Vice President Harris because she's a woman. But fucking last week, you motherfuckers didn't know what a fucking woman was. Like, or the polling ratings for her were she months ago considered the worst vice president in the history of the country. But now she's the president. Donald Trump's the same way. Like, we're never going to win, Scott. Like, there's until the American people, I feel like this, until the American people or the American veteran or whoever decide that we're tired of it and we've had enough of the bullshit across both sides, and we're like, we're not I made a joke the other day, and it never happened. And somebody got all mad. I was like, motherfucker, it's a joke. Like, it's okay. I was like, no, it'd be really funny if the whole country was like, no one fucking vote. We're not voting for anybody. They go to the voting booth, like, all right, we're going to run the numbers. And like, fuck, it's fucking 0-0. And the whole country is at a fucking barbecue. West fucking Texas popping beers and smoking weed.
Yes.
Well, here's what you have to look at, right? Here's what you have to look at. So you can look at both people. You're right, Scott. You know what you got from one guy for 4 years, but I'll argue with you that we know what we got from the other candidate for 4 years as well. Because what I've seen, and this is all that they're going to show you on the news media anyway, when you look at both sides, they're going to audio clip a whole bunch of things. And I know that Donald Trump doesn't think before he talks. He says crazy shit, but he hasn't changed. He continues to say crazy stuff. But when I see the audio clips where, Kamala Harris will talk a little bit about, when I get in, I'm going to fix the border that Trump couldn't fix, but yet they asked her about going to the border. There's a whole bunch of things that she said in the past that she's saying now that is a complete contradiction. So now if you look at both of them, we already know what we're going to get with both of them. So it still baffles me. Like, these are the two best people we could find. We ain't got nobody else.
Yeah, my question is this. I just want to know, what is the definition of a black job? That's what I want to know. I'm just asking for a friend. I'm asking for a family member.
Yeah. So what's funny is I saw a guy come on TV yesterday, like an economist on one of the news channels, and he was saying, like, if you look at how they break those jobs down, and I don't know if this is true, but he said statistically, like, hospitality industry, restaurants, and then another industry. There was 3 different industries that the predominant worker in that would have been African American. But if you're looking at like janitorial and you're looking at like restaurants, like if these people are coming in, what's the easiest job for them to go jump in and get that sometimes businesses are going to pay less for? But the reality is, you could say that, but there's a whole bunch of other people that are other, cultures that have the same job.
It was specifically there that if you let these people come in, they're going to take all the black jobs. I just want to know what them is. I didn't know
Scott,
that there was a difference between.
If you get a black job and you're like the CEO of this black job company, can you hire me as a diversity hire?
I don't know, bro.
You hook a brother up, bro. If you get a black job where you're paying your employees millions, bro, if they happen to give one to you, whatever that is.
Yeah. But according to what he say, a black job doesn't constitute anything dealing with millions, right? Because if the people who are coming in the border illegally are taking in all the black jobs, they're not coming in here being millionaires. You know what I mean? They're not coming in being millionaires.
I think what he was trying to say is, right, if you look at unemployment, if you look at the unemployment numbers by race or by class, right? Lower class America has higher unemployment numbers, right? Impoverished neighborhoods have higher, unemployment numbers. And when you're looking at statistical numbers, unfortunately, right, the African American population, they have higher unemployment because, and it goes back to look, think about it.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
You got neighborhoods, then historically in the black community. You don't have as good. They don't give the black community in metropolitan metro areas the best school systems, right?
Who doesn't give it to them?
The country. Like, there's not. If you look at educational standards, if your kid could go to, I don't know what the fucking hood in fucking Houston is. If there's a hood school in Houston, and you happen, because you don't have the financial means, right, to live in Katy or whatever. So we predominantly live in lower income neighborhoods, not shit neighborhoods or poor neighborhoods, lower income neighborhoods, right? So the education system in those lower income areas don't get the high. Like I'm a product of it. I'll explain to you in a minute. Don't get the same level of education, same level of teachers, same level of care, same level of funding as the upper class neighborhoods, the rich neighborhoods, the big money neighborhoods, right? So now you have a divide based on education, right? So if I live in a good neighborhood and I have money and I came from money, the chances of me being able to get a better, higher paying job based on my social economic standing is higher than the neighborhoods that are lower income, right? So I think what he was trying to say was, it's a stupid comment. He's saying that, which is dumb. Like, to your point, he's pretty much saying that the black community, to Matt's point, is only good enough to get entry level positions. And these migrants are going to come in and take the entry level jobs. What the fact of the matter is, if you want to fix the social economic construct of this country, start with the education system, right? I live in East Milton, right? And if you live in my area, you talk about East Milton, people like East Milton, like that's the fucking ghetto, that's the fucking where all the white trash motherfuckers live, that's the trailer hood. And my daughter went to public school here. she don't go to public school anymore. We're not playing public school bullshit, but she's in private school. But when she went to the public school here, the standards and the like her teacher in this school, her teacher that she had in 3rd grade was like, yeah, I'm really trying. I work 2 jobs. I work here and then I got to bartend at night, or but you go to like up the street into like the Pace area or the West Pensacola area where you have like Catholic, and you have all these options for educational opportunity for your children. Whereas out here in a lower income area, there's one option. And they're not paying their teachers and they're not looking at it from like that point. So the kids who graduate from East Milton Elementary go to Martin Luther King. And by the way, it's weird because he's a white dude. I was like, who the fuck is this motherfucker? So Martin Luther middle school, which is shitty middle school. Like it's connected to like the fucking alternative school. It's a fucking shithole. Like their graduation rates, their numbers of kids who drop out are astronomical that come from this area. So I think it's right. I mean, think about it.
I'm just trying to get to the point of what you're trying to say. Like I'm still confused on
lower income neighborhoods, African American neighborhoods.
But why is it that we're at 2024?
I agree.
I'm just saying.
Because the system is built that way.
The system, right?
It is. It's built.
All right. So first off, we have to acknowledge the system.
Yes.
Right.
The system is built
purposely designed that way because it doesn't have to be that way. Because there's a lot of people who have came after us that aren't in that same situation. Again, when you look at it statistically wise, as long as we've been doing stuff to improve America, because blacks have done a lot to improve America, right? We're still the only group of people that don't have anything. And it's not because we don't want to have anything. It's because they don't want us to have anything.
No.
Right? So no. I'm just saying.
Go back to we got to look at historical.
We've already had a black president. There's no higher job that you can get to that. So
what I'm saying is
that now becomes a black job to me.
No, I don't know. Well, yeah, technically there's no such thing as white or black jobs.
For 8 years though. I'm just saying. So if there's no no such thing as black jobs, how could that come out of somebody's mouth that these people are taking all the black jobs? What is a black job?
We already know that guy is just going to say whatever he wants to say. We know he's just going to run his mouth. Here's the reality. I'm just going to tell you guys the reality that I think it is. The biggest problem is that our government and our city, county, state, local, all of those people that we as taxpayers elect to put them in a seat to go run this stuff is not spending the money in the right place. They're not putting money into education systems. So it shouldn't really matter where you live or how much money is in there. If you go to public school, you should be able to get a good education.
Education should be education.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not the fucking case. Y'all both fucking know it. We can sit there and pretend that it is, but Katie schools ain't the fucking
I didn't say it was.
Right.
Well, what I'll tell you though, where I live in Katy, when they pay those taxes, I see everywhere where that tax money's going in that school system. But I also have lived in places where you drive around and I know we're paying crazy ass taxes for schools and they're run down and not taken care of. So why is it that one community can get it right and another community doesn't get it right? So that's where you got to get into that standard of going like, stop, and it's going to go in circles, but stop spending money outside of this country and start spending inside this country.
Well, that's the problem.
Fix our problem. Stop trying to fix everybody else's problem.
Everybody makes it about, in my opinion, we all make it about a race issue. It's a white, it's a black thing. It's fucking a green thing. That's what it's about. That's my
When you say green, what does that mean? Money?
That's all that matters, bro. These politicians, if you've, and I don't know what you vote, but let's say you vote Democrat because you feel like that's the best for you and your family, and I vote whatever because it's the best for me and my family. The fact of the matter, what I think we have to look at is the truth of it is any political party, in my opinion, in today's maybe that ain't how it started, but I don't feel like they give a fuck about you, or me, or anybody else. They give a fuck about the almighty dollar, right? They don't care about your black skin or my white skin. They give a fuck about that. They care about that green color. That's what makes the wheels go round. That's what's important, right? Why do you think they built fucking stadiums and military bases in shitty fucking locations? Why?
Well, you remember military bases weren't always in the bad location.
What today? I've never been to there's not many military bases, and we can argue the point all you want.
We're not going to argue.
Fort Benning, Georgia is on the fucking. So what I'm saying is they do
I
that.
got it, but how old is Fort Benning, Georgia?
It's a money thing, right? Hold on, just hear me out. It's a money thing. They put them in places that are high crime rates because the fucking land's cheaper to buy there, right? If you want to make this community here where I live a better area, then pay the teachers the same wages you're paying this school, or build another school to make it another option. We're all paying the same numbers of taxes in Florida, right? So Florida's a little bit different, right? But give me another opportunity, right? Or make it where, because the whole school choice, that the whole thing that, when Brock did the whole school choice. Yeah, that was great in theory, but the problem is it doesn't work, because when I apply to bring my daughter to a different school, like, oh, you can get on a fucking waiting list because you don't live in this zone. Well, that's not what it said, right? So there's so many things that I feel like hold us down as far as like based on our economic status, right? If I have money and I've always had money, I don't give a fuck about nothing else. But if I've never had money and I'm trying to get money, to your point, Scott, right? A black job, what the fuck is that? Like, it's 2024. To me, I don't know why he said it. I don't know why he said it. I don't know what his context behind it.
But that's the point, though. So when you look at that, when you have the ability to get up there and you say stuff without thinking about what you're saying, right? You can't make excuses for it. Like, people are who they are, and they say what they say because whatever comes to their mind, that's what comes to their mind. And no matter what the situation is, if somebody thinks that way, period, that's who they are. It just happened to come out. You can say you can slip, and you can have a whole bunch of people that's going to try to make up and say, well, what he meant was no. You said what you said, and it is what it is. But this is the thing here. You do those kind of things, but then on the same hand, now it's election time. You're asking for these same people to vote for you, right? Because we're only important when you need us to help move your rhetoric, right? So this is the thing that I have to ask is that, why is it the only time when we talk about these things or what we're going to do or what we're going to fix is when you're running for something? The thing of it is Donald Trump's been rich his whole life. What are you doing? What are you doing in your off time, right? When it's not election time to improve or fix anything. Don't think that all of a sudden now, because you want to get the vote, that you're going to fix the stuff now, because that's the trap that we get put in, is that everybody says what they're going to do when they're looking for somebody to give them something, right? If you just like air conditioning guy, if you come with my company, and we fix your air conditioning, we're not going to hire the guys at Home Depot to come fix it. We're going to do it ourselves. So if you have a problem, you can come directly to us. I got you, bro. I ain't trying to hear it.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, like, we can talk about whoever we're going to talk about right now. You can just pick a name.
Yeah.
Pick a name right now and show me a name of any politician that you can tell me has done everything they said they were going to do, right?
None.
No,
because
they don't have the power to do it. Nobody has the power to do that. Do everything that they said.
But that's the problem. We elect people to go in there to do a job. They don't do the job, and we allow them to get away with it. So until we, as a society and as a country, change kind of that viewpoint and decide that we're going to elect people for the right reason, then that's where it's going to be. But the problem right now, including in a conversation like this one, right? You're on one side or the other in a lot of things in this country. And so it's getting to the point now where if you're not on the side that, if you talk to a couple people in a room and, there's 4 people, 2 people on one side, 2 people on the other, right. A lot of times stuff like that can't be talked the way that we're talking right now. Like, we're able to talk about it and bring it up.
Yeah.
So many people right now want to be on the winning team. And so once they find the thing they feel is on the winning team, they're going to go run to that, right? But, it's more than just all that. Like, we got to stop looking at how to fix things. We already know how to do it, right? We already know. Like, there's so much money that's going out of this country that could fix the problems that we're talking about right now.
100%. Yeah.
We as individuals, a lot of times, don't feel like we have an opportunity to make a difference. But what we got to do is you got to start holding people that get elected accountable, right? So that would be someone like me, right? I don't pay attention to all the local elections in my area. That's where all that stuff starts, because these guys that are going into Congress and the House of Representatives and they're becoming the president, they started somewhere. Yeah. So all their ideas started right now in your local community. But you know what we do? We only look every 4 years at the 2 main people that are running and just decide that those people are the ones that are going to run through it. What we need to do is start paying attention to more than that. because that's the only way we're going to be able to fix it, right? Pay attention to your local elections. Really figure out, what is your mayor for? Like, what are they going to do? Because it all kind of like, you know, goes back and forth. You know what I mean? And it sucks, because the biggest problem with this is all four of us can have an opinion right now, and all four of us can poke holes in the other opinion because we all believe a certain way.
Yeah, you always
and so
a way. Yeah, that's true.
That's the piece, but that's the piece where it's going awry right now, because we're going to discuss it. So nobody's trying to poke a hole, right? But other people are trying to be like, see, you're wrong. I know you're wrong there. And this is how I'm going to tell you you're wrong.
Right.
I'm going to tell you, no, I'm right.
Everybody
doesn't get anywhere.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know for my own peace of mind. I just wanted to know what the hell was a black job.
Out and you get one of those, can you hire me? I'm looking for.
I just wanted to know what it was. I just wanted to get some clarification on that.
I mean,
somewhere. I don't know if I'm ever going to get it, but I don't know.
You know what fixes it all? I told Ty this the other day. I think in my opinion, what fixes all of this is motherfucking term limits. Don't let these motherfuckers become career politicians.
That's what they're trying
Don't
to change.
let the fucking Joe Bidens of the world and the fucking whoever else that been in politics for 50 or 60 years. You are no longer, in 50 years, in my opinion, you are no longer connected to the American people. You're just not. Like you're in it for now. If you came in and you were like a normal dude, now you've got fucking mansions upon mansions and millions on millions. Time for you to go, bro. Set term limits on everybody. I know me and Ty argued. He was like, I don't believe the Supreme Court doesn't just to be like, fuck that. If appointed, me and Ty went back and forth on it. But everybody else, fucking term limits and make it where they are not allowed to fucking get involved in anything investment-wise that deals with anybody that's connected to boosters, politicians, bro.
There's enough people in the world to rotate. There's enough people in the world to rotate, man.
I mean, we do it in the military every 3 years.
Yeah, there's
somebody new takes over every 3 years.
You should.
Here's the thing. Think about this.
In the military, man. Hold on before you hold your point, because I want to bring something up today, because I'm going to miss it if I don't. In the military, every 4 years, a new commanding officer. People rotate every 36 to 4 years, right? And that new commanding officer that comes in, what is he trying to do?
Fix with the old one.
Of course, they're going to try to do their own thing.
They're trying to make it better than the way they took it. Then they took it over. That's kind of the goal. And you come in, you want to be better than the guy. We did it when we took over a division. We didn't talk shit about the other guy, but I want to be better than the guy before me. So now, if you have term limits, you've got candidates coming in saying, "Fuck, I've only got 4 years. I got 50, so I can just do what the fuck I want." Hopefully, they would come in and be like, "I want to make things better." Yeah, no lobbyists, Julie. Fuck them lobbyists.
Not everybody that takes over tries to do a better job. Some people take over and think that they've made it and they stay there. But my point was going to be like, we're so worried about, like term limits and things like that. That stuff's important. Donald Trump was making a comment about, they're taking, immigrants are taking black jobs. But why aren't we focusing on, why are my taxpayer dollars putting them up in hotels, giving them Visa cards, putting them into jobs and taking jobs away from American people.
The American people, yeah.
Period. So it's like those.
That's what his dumbass said.
We're bringing people in, and we're just like setting them loose, right? And like that's like bringing things in. So some of these families that before you had a 2 household income, right? Well, we already know now that we're in a pretty bad spot in the economy, and so now maybe a family needs to work 2 jobs. The point is they probably can't find a job because they're being given to other places. So what we need to, that's why I'm saying, like, pay attention to the local stuff too. Yep. Like if you want to see what the problem is, you got to go from the bottom up and, start asking questions. You know what I mean? Just like you did, Scott. Like, what does this mean and that mean?
You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna do something real quick. Watch this. Hey, Siri. She don't want to listen to me right now. Hey, Siri. What is a black job? It says, this is what it says.
Read it.
Trump says immigrants are taking black jobs, but there is no such. What exactly is a black job? It's just foolishness at that point, but there is none. But the first thing that comes up, it just says, Trump says immigrants are taking black jobs, but there are no such. So I guess clarification is there are no black jobs. Just in case anybody was wondering, there's no black jobs. So don't worry. If you're black, don't feel like you can go in there and say, hey, let me get one of those black jobs. There's no such thing. according to Siri and everybody else. So I just because this is the thing. If there was a black job, then I need to know what is a black job, what is a Hispanic job, what's an Asian job, what's a white job, you know what I mean? I want to know all of the different categories of what jobs are, or why does it have to be that there has to be a such thing as a black job? I don't know. Help me out. Chat, anybody in chat, anybody tune in, help me out to understand. That's the question of the week. Is we're going to figure out what that is, because I do want to know what that is. If anybody can ever tell me what that is, I don't know.
Here's why it's important, right? To know that answer or to have the answer is because as long as we allow the media and the country and stupid ass motherfuckers to keep us divided, this is where we're going to stay. Yeah. We're going to always be on the right. We're always going to be, somebody's going to be on the right and the left, and they're never going to see eye to eye. They're never going to look at the big picture. They're always going to cause divisiveness. They're going to cause hate. They're going to cause, the media is going to, like Scott's point, the media is going to, we talked about it earlier, they're going to just run with it any way they can they can get us, as especially in the veteran community, right? If you can get us looking at the misdirection, looking in a different direction, and looking and focusing on the narrative or somebody's political agenda, we're going to continue to stay in the same shit we're in, same place we're in, the same fucking problems that we've had for the last fucking 200, 300 years. We're never going to get better because we're allowing other motherfuckers who really don't give a fuck about you, me, or anybody else. They don't care. In my opinion, I love my country, but fuck the government. That's me. So we're allowing the people who run the government to cause us to, because they're not, what they're doing is sitting home laughing at us like some fucking ignorant motherfuckers counting their fucking money while we're down here in fucking little man land trying to figure out, well, what the fuck and who the fuck and how the fuck. Like, they don't give a fuck and once you figure that out, and we stand up and unite as a people. I joked about it earlier, right? We should have one big fucking barbecue in Texas and say, fuck this. We ain't voting for no motherfucking body and call it a day. But until we unite and we actually give a fuck about the love thy neighbor and the motherfucker living next door to you and the person that's bagging your groceries and the motherfucker fixing your food and the motherfucker doing your taxes, until you actually care about about somebody else outside of your own problems and your own situation and the shit you think about that affects only fucking you in your own little small world, we're going to continue to be like we are. No one's going to fucking ever get us out of this shit because we're allowing ourselves to be placed in this predicament every fucking 4 years and beyond. It's just going to continue to happen. Period. That's just my honest opinion. That's not everybody's opinion. That's my opinion.
So how do you fix that?
I wish I had the answer. I think,
I think
you start at 100%, Scott. You look in the mirror and you take an inventory of your actions and your thoughts and your feelings, and you take a look at, you look at the big pictures, right? You don't necessarily look at you look at the issues, right? I knew people, and I'm sure all of us on this podcast knew, I knew people that voted for somebody or didn't vote for somebody because of the color of their skin at one point in time. I'm not voting for him because he's black. I'm only voting for him because he's black. We don't look at the issues. Nobody's looking at, in my opinion, and I'm only speaking for myself because I'm talking about people that I was close with, people I knew. They were, if you ask them what for, whatever a couple of years ago when Donald Trump was running, and right, what are his policies? What about his policies are you voting for him on? What is he going to do that you think he's going to fix the country? And people can't answer that question because they don't know. They
don't ever do it. That's the thing. You never know what you're going to get.
It wouldn't matter if they did. It wouldn't matter if they did.
What they say that they're going to do versus what happens when they get there oftentimes is different. And that's the problem.
But you see, Scott, you would know what they said they're going to do. Some people are just fucking voting for the sake of well, I watched a fucking TikTok video and this motherfucker is this way, or he's done this, or he fucking smokes cigarettes. So I'm not voting for him. I'm going to vote for this other guy because he doesn't look at the policy. Who's going to fucking do more for the whatever it is, wherever your stance is. And I don't care where your stance is, right? Whatever you feel strongly about on the big issues, right? Whatever that is morally, your big issues on country and protection and security, or whatever it is, whatever affects whatever you think you need to vote for it, and vote on those issues. Don't just vote based on rhetoric or misdirection from the media or misdirection from a fucking some fucking hippie idiot fucking motherfucker in Hollywood, California was like, I'm fucking like, you got to look at the issues and be educated. So that way, when we do all go vote, we're voting based on issues. We're voting on facts, not feelings. Until we can do that, like you said, look at yourself in the mirror, take an inventory of yourself, and then vote based on what's in the best interest of, your family, your country, right? The big picture, right? That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, I see what Julie said. I just think that, at some point, like you were saying, Al, you have to yourself look in the mirror, look in your heart yourself. And just anybody who deals with people, right? Anybody who deals with people on a daily basis, or even if you don't, a natural aura about somebody can tell you who they are. They can rub you the right way. They can rub you the wrong way. It's just no different than doing interviews, and you have an interview and you're sitting next to somebody on the other end of the computer or on the other end of the desk. And if you're genuinely trying to find what's going to fit for whatever it is that you're trying to feel, sometimes you can feel what somebody's saying. Somebody can tell you a bunch of crap. I can go into an interview and know all the right things to say. I can look it up. I can fix my resume to make it look like I'm the best qualified for the job. My resume says I'm the best because I know all the things to fill up, but I know nothing about the job. But when I talk to you, I know what to say. I know what to put on my resume, and you hire me based off of what I presented to you. And I get in there.
You're a representative.
Right, because we see it all the time. People are in the wrong jobs, doing the wrong thing. They have no leadership skills. They don't have any of these things. But sometimes you have to just be able to. And this is my spiel to the world.
Yep.
It's a possibility that both of them could be wrong. It's a possibility. I'm not saying it's a possibility. I could be totally wrong about who Donald Trump really is. I could be absolutely wrong on who Kamala Harris actually is, because all we get is what is represented to us. But at some point, when you watch or you look or you listen to what you're hearing on either side of the spectrum, you feel a kind of way about the actual person. You have to.
Yeah.
And you have to say, okay, even though what I just heard, that didn't sound right at all, or that didn't make me feel right at all, but I can't let this person win, so I'm just going to vote anyway, even though it's across what I really believe, but I just can't. That's what the world is right now, and we shouldn't be into that. But I'm just saying, because again, when you talk politics, it can go any kind of way, and people are going to get mad or angry or whatever. I just say myself. I look in the mirror every day, and my interaction when I see my neighbors, when I see somebody in the grocery store, my first thing is not that they're white, that they're Hispanic, that they're Asian. These are people. I've met some of the coolest people on every ethnicity, every spectrum. That I found out that I had certain relationships with, or I was able to connect with them in certain ways, and it never was about what they look like, man. It's the person inside. So I would just, from this podcast to the people who are listening, who are out there, regardless, man, I know there's Republican and there's Democrat and there's this and there's that. But at some point, when you're looking at it and you're listening, you feel or you hear something that hits your inner, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, your inner energy. And I say, put aside all the crap, man, and vote with your heart. Not vote for what you hear or what your people are telling you to do. Vote with your heart, and we'll be okay. I hope. That's all I can say with that. That's our politic talk for today. I mean, we don't normally do this, but it is there. And
Blake,
like I said,
Blake 2024. Yeah. Scott Blake 2024.
No vote for me because I don't have the answers. I don't have the answers, man. I just feel like shit. Treat your neighbor like Blake you want to be treated, man. You'll be okay.
Blake Cobb 2024.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
Hero, Secretary of Defense.
And on the
Matt,
last
Speaker of the House.
I know last week we talked on a little
bit.
That's
a shitty job, bro. I ain't doing that job.
We tapped in on it a little bit last week, but I think now that you guys have been through that, you guys had a chance to see. I will say this, and I will say it with a heavy heart. Sonia Massey should still be alive. There's no way that you can overlook it. She should still be alive. And we just need to know that. And America needs to understand that. Regardless of this has nothing to do with Republican or Democrat. That lady should still be alive. If you don't see your mom or your sister or your auntie or somebody that you serve with or a person that you went to school with in her, and know that that was wrong and not feel a kind of way about it, I would question you as a person, because there was nothing right with that. And it needs to be said. It needs to be bought out. It needs to be advertised. She should still be alive. And rest in peace to her. My condolences to her family and everyone involved. That was just a bad day for America. That was a setback for America for something like that to happen. And I think it needs to be put out there. But she definitely should still be alive. And somebody like that, the police forces, we need to do a better check on who we have out here policing our people out here. Not just on the white and black side of it. That could have been anybody. I would have felt the same way if it would have been a black officer that would have shot anybody in their house. I wouldn't have made an excuse for it. And we have to really take a serious look on this, because there are too many good police officers that are out there. There are too many people that are out there risking their life, doing the right things day by day for some crumb bag to be able to, unqualified, get a job, get a badge, get a gun, and go into a house and murder an innocent woman. So I just wanted to put that out there. I wasn't going to let that pass. I was in the funk last week. I'm feeling better now because I had to do some push-ups and get myself back strong. No, and I'm with my brothers in here, and we can say that. But yeah.
Hey, I appreciate this comment, Doc. Loved it. Think we all needed this talk tonight. It's been a wild week. I thought it in a time warp. Didn't realize it was Thursday. So thanks for tuning in, Doc. Yeah, this is like when we come into shows like this, we know that, you know, I messaged like a couple hours ago. I was like, hey, we don't have a guest tonight. Y'all got some stuff to talk about? And I know that they do. And I know that I do. So, you know, I'll throw some things out before the show, and then we turn into this. So this is, unbeknownst to me, this is kind of what I needed. Because, I mean, there's so many things that I think that we can affect change on at the local level, being with what we're involved in and what we like to do. So I love this platform for this. I definitely want good things for veterans. I think part of a campaign reform would be something really good, to where any money left over after a campaign, they have to rebuild a VFW in their home district, like rebuild to a specification. Like I want to rebuild the Tomball VFW, and I already have a vision with Sean Ellis. There's a guy named Dave Holloway. There's some people involved with this, but you know Sean Ellis, Matt. So we have this vision, and if we could enact this to where campaign reform makes you have to build a new VFW, like $1.5 million, that's the kind of stuff we need to talk about.
Man, Scott got you. He'll cut that check tomorrow.
Yeah. Get veterans involved.
I'll cut you a check, but you got to cash that bitch on the 1st of the month in 2026. I got you. I'm gonna cut you, but you got to post. It's gonna be post dated. And the other part, like I was gonna say, what Matt said earlier, and I really wholeheartedly believe it. You want to, the country a politician out there. If anybody out here is a politician that is fucking listening, if you motherfuckers could act like we do in uniform in the military, and how we do now as veterans, where we can come together and have a hard conversation and talk about things that aren't popular and that make people like a little like, oh fuck, here we go, like it's gonna get crazy. If you could actually have an educated conversation with people you love, trust, and respect, even when you don't see eye to eye, you don't believe what they believe, and you can have an actual conversation and get your point out and maybe change somebody's point of view based on something that they didn't know. They just didn't know the information. Now they got it. Now they've changed, right? You can change others by being able to communicate effectively and efficiently and really have a conversation that doesn't require us to cuss each other out and scream and start fist fighting to try to get your point across. Right. So, hey, politicians, you want to fix shit? Start acting like we do as veterans, and we circle up and circle the wagons for veteran issues and stuff that affects this community that we all fought for, and now we're esteemed members of, right? Because we all start off in uniform, and now we are part of the chosen few, the select group to be able to be proudly called veterans, and we're able to circle up around these issues. You motherfuckers in Congress need to pull your heads out your fucking asses, fucking pull it out and circle up around this country and figure out a way to communicate that for the betterment of us and the people that you fucking serve and you represent, because you didn't get there without us, and you're not there if we're not here. So take that to heart, or if you don't like that, suck my whole dick.
I mean, if you're a junior congressman and you're not a veteran, go find your nearest veteran congressman. And then some of you senior career politicians, go find your nearest veteran, ask them what they went through in the last 20, 25 years or so, and then apply some of those small group unit tactics, leadership, what is it, TTPs, I guess, is what I called it when we were in. I don't know what they're calling it now. But, enact some of those small team procedures, in Congress, and you'll get a lot more efficiencies. Ask a veteran to streamline some of this shit.
Fuck a politician. Go sit down at his local VFW. Yeah. Take time out of your schedule. Go have lunch with some fucking veterans. Fuck, go to the McDonald's on fucking Sunday morning with all the fucking 82 veterans drinking their free fucking coffee.
Yeah, you'll book the whole territory. You'll fix every problem there is in that entire county. You'll go talk to veterans. You'll know everything. Wow. Hey, Josh Hamlin, since you were a previous guest, I'm going to ask you to quantify this question. The problem is you get too many scared boys acting as Leos. Shit is a pandemic. I can see where you're coming from, but I don't want to wax poetic myself. So if you don't mind, wax poetic a little bit in the comments for me on that right there.
Yeah.
And then he's got a question for our group. How do I become a sponsor of the Triple Threat Vet podcast? You already are, brother. You're one of the platoon. You're one of the platoon sergeants.
You already in the platoon, baby. You got the shirt.
We don't take people's money. We like to give money straight to the events, people, charities that we want. But if you want to support us, either do a co-branded shirt with Got Your Six Culture, hashtag same flag, same oath. Or talk to Matt Johnson.
Yeah.
Hey, Ty.
We're going to set up a thing where you guys can donate in or, however you want to do to support the Triple Threat Vet podcast, because whatever we get that come in, we're going to give it back to the veterans in some way, shape, or form. But we do understand that the only way that we can keep moving forward or push this thing is that you guys have to tell your friends and your friends have to tell their friends, and you got to tell people to log in and watch and subscribe and all that kind of stuff to keep it going, because like I know the world works with numbers and all that kind of stuff, and the era that we're in right now is all about pushes and likes and all that kind of stuff. I don't feel like we need to pay for those things for somebody to like us or subscribe or come to our channel. Everything that we've been doing is by word of mouth. This is something that myself and our brothers put together. But we would like to get it out to more veterans, more people. And the only way that we can do it, we only can do so much on our own. We need you guys' help to help push what we're doing and push the conversation. So just putting our name out there to your friends and your Facebook friends and Instagram and Twitter friends and stuff like that, to let them know that we're out here, that we're shaking and moving, and that we do have a high interest in doing things for veterans. That helps us out a lot. So if you guys can do that, that would help out. And, I'm just trying to stay employed, because this Triple Threat Vet podcast is one of my black jobs.
Hey, say it again, Scott. hey, tell them, Scott. You tell your friends, and they'll tell their friends, and we can be friends.
And we can be friends. Yeah, there we go. That's what's up.
I was going to ask you, Scott.
Hey, what's going on? How are you?
Hey, what's going on, Donna? How you doing?
That's my family right there, Donna Martin. That throws me off. Okay, every time I talk to her, it throws me off. Like sometimes she'll call me on the phone and it'll say Donna Martin. Well, Donna Martin is my mother's name. And so I'm getting chills thinking about it. So it'll pop up on my phone sometimes. My mother died in 2007, so every time I see her name, it just takes my breath.
Awesome.
So very cool. I'm glad you're watching.
Yeah. See, that's what we need. We need it. We need this family to grow. And the only way the family is going to grow is for the family to pop in. No matter how you feel about it, no matter how many times our hero says the F-bomb, you've heard it before. It's not going to.
Oh, yeah. My whole family has a mouth on them.
Yeah, I wanted to apologize to Miss Donna Martin right now. If you came in anytime and I said some stuff I said, I really don't want the congressmen to suck my whole penis, and I'm not going to use the bad word. But I prefer them not to. I mean, unless they want to, but I really don't want it. No, I had a question for you, Ty. I want to bring up. Is the team doing the veteran softball tournament game again in October? Is that a plan, Matt?
That's a Matt question, right?
Matt?
Yes.
Maybe this year we can get one of our viewers or one of our veterans and come out there with us and come out there and be a part of the fucking game. I don't know.
That might be a conversation to have outside of the show.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
They can ride with me. They can ride in the bed of the truck. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
Oh,
listen, man.
little tease there. Little
Once
tease.
he head into,
Oh, that's a different one though. That's a different.
Yeah, that's a different tease.
yeah.
Here you
I
go.
know Josh put his thing in.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, let me see. Too many police officers are too scared or to de-escalate situation before they pull their firearm. I feel that training is lacking collectively across the nation when it comes to our law enforcement agencies. Think about how much training we do in the military to prepare for war. Know plenty of police officers that haven't even hit the range in over a year. Of course, bad evils apples exist and shouldn't be wearing a badge. No need to weed those, and we need to weed those out for sure. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, I had this discussion with a couple people, but I'm pretty sure I talked to you, Al, about this.
Mhm.
In a perfect world, like President Ty or Chief Justice Ty, I want my entire police force to be so well trained that they're basically psychologists. So when they enter a situation, they know what's going on. They can read some of those things. That's the kind of when people, if someone were to say to me, let's retrain our police force, I absolutely think they deserve more training because of what they're charged with every day, of having to deal with the worst sides of people. Like, they are trained to respond to that. So I have that certain empathy because I served with military police for 10 years when I was in the military. But then there's the other side of me that I can never let this Miss Massey thing stand. Like, there's no way that in my very militant looking at this of de-escalation of force, there's no way that boiling ass water in any quantity could result in me shooting someone in the face. I can't in my brain figure that out. And then the rebuking part, I have enough empathy in me to say that if she's saying that, if a woman's saying that to a man, then he's probably conducting his body language is in some kind of way. So I want to know what happened. What did he say to her that they're protecting, or what could she have done, with two officers there, that could be that provoking to get shot? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, see, so the thing of it is, though, Ty, sometimes, man, when evil is in the room and you speak the word Jesus in the evil room, that makes the devil really, really mad. And that's exactly what happened. Is just to hear the name of Jesus in that room at that time just brought that evil spirit all the way out. And that's really what it was. I mean, anybody who's dealt in that knows that, when you call on the name of Jesus, then things are going to be revealed. And that's what she did. And I think that she knew at that point in time that whatever she saw on his face or whatever his aura was made her rebuke that demon that she saw at that time. And he called her out on what it was. And at that time, he acted on what he needed to. So he's where he needs to be. To be honest, I hope that anything possible that could happen to him in jail happens to him in jail.
A lot of butt sex.
A whole bunch of times. That's just how I feel about it. And maybe I need to pray about how I feel about that, to think maybe I shouldn't feel that way, because at the end of the day, that's somebody else's child, right? He's another human being as well. So he has a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, just like everybody else. But I feel like when you banter your status and you get to that point without help, and maybe he was looking for help. He's been released from the military. He had some DUIs and some other stuff. So it was a cry for help, but it should not have come on the blood of somebody else. You know what I mean? So whatever happens to him, happens to him. I don't have the power to change or escalate or de-escalate what happens, but yeah, the accountability has to be there at this point, Ty. You know what I mean? So yeah, I know I'll keep speaking on it, but I just passionate about it because I saw my mom and my aunt and my sisters and other people, because my mom done that my whole life growing up, is, if I was acting up, she tell me straight up, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. You're not about to come in here with that on your chest. You're gonna have to get that off. So that when she said that, it just hit me, it gave me a flashback, you know what I mean? And she's not here. So yeah, but I'm sorry. Ty, not to steal your thunder on that one.
No, you didn't. I mean, we connected on a different level of this, earlier in the week. Like I'm when I speak on that, like I feel that too. Like I see part of my family members, some very significant women in my military life could have been that old, because I had, I joined back in the 1900s.
Yeah.
So I joined a long time ago, so we're getting old, fellas, and so at some
all of
point,
us
now we getting seasoned, baby.
and all of us are older than her. You know what I mean? All of us at this point in time have experienced life longer than she had the opportunity to. And that's unfortunate, man. But it is what it is. I just, I think the world is evil. I don't want it to get me to be evil or to get me off of my scale. But sometimes we just have to put out there wrong. When wrong is wrong, we have to put it out there. And I think that collectively we can agree on it all that it was wrong. And at some point in time, when people are able to do that, it kind of makes you feel a little bit better about the situation, because for so many times that kind of stuff would happen and it was deemed to be okay. You know what I mean? But as long now that we're making small waves in the world to where those things now are even looked at as being wrong, is a step in the right direction, even though we got a lot of steps to go. I will say that. So yeah, there we go.
So let me talk real quick about my my kinfolk that's in here.
Okay.
So Donna Martin, I think of you so often. Was just telling stories to a friend about your mom when she was young. I watch you guys a lot, and don't worry about the language. I'm an Army brat and a career Army wife. See how my uncle was in the Army. Not much I haven't heard. Love you guys. So it means a lot to me whenever, my family, especially from my mother's side, even my biological father's side, because I don't get to see them that much. So to know that someone may be watching, I'll take this time to say something. I was born in Corbin, Kentucky. I moved all around southeastern Kentucky and moved to Jacksonville, Florida, joined the military, or went off to college, joined the military. Your boy did good. So everybody, my family, I remember so many like different memories of everyone, of the Martin family. I remember like my cousin PJ, and like she was always my favorite cousin growing up. So thank you guys very much for watching. I served 18 years, 7 months, deployed 7 times. I know we come from a very big military family. I carried on that lineage, and my son Tatum wants to go to a service academy. So love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
And if y'all didn't know this, Ty's got a smoking hot wife too. Just want to throw that out.
I wish I had a picture of her.
Hey, Sarah.
Check out my Facebook.
Hey, what up, John?
Phillip. So on a different note, man, I'm going to be leaving Saturday morning, going to Antigua for the first time, where my wife is from. Going to go down there and see some of the heritage, some of the culture, and all that kind of stuff in the small island. I'm excited. It's going to be my first time going over there. We're going to do all of that. The carnival, the whole thing. I'm doing everything. So I'm going out there to do it.
When you come back, we're going to need a little video vignette put together by DJ Royalty. Yeah.
I'll see that.
by DJ Royalty to see what went on while you was down there.
Yeah, so I'm doing that.
Do you need me to come over before you go and put some baby oil and stuff?
No, I'm good. I got the baby oil in the bag.
Okay, I got you.
Doing that, man. I'm going back to school, so I'm enrolled in school. So now it's gonna be good. I'm gonna get that stuff done. Donovan's going to school here with me in Texas. I'm excited about that. He's playing football. He's getting big. He's getting muscles all over himself, and he's doing his thing. BJ starts his first year of college this year. So shout out to Austin Peay University. I will send you guys a link, because now he has this thing to where you can go on there and you can get you some number 41 gear, you know what I'm saying, to represent Austin Peay University and the big BJ Blake. They call him BJ Blake. His name is Scott Blake. He's a junior, but they just adopted the BJ Blake. So when they say BJ Blake, it's Blake Jr. Blake. I guess that's what it's going to be. Just like how I'm Blake being Blake, I guess he's Blake Jr. Blake. That's what it is. But yeah, shout out to my man, BJ, Cameron, Donovan, Austin, Lex. I'm going to be a grandfather this year. This is going to be a good year, man. And I'm turning 50, big dog. So this is the big deal year. I'm doing a lot of things this year. You guys are my family. Love you guys. And let's do what we do.
And I just
my goodness gracious.
So hold on.
I want to start my two-part apology.
Hold on. So first off, I love you, Becky.
God.
Thank you for saying what you said.
You're hot
Hello
too,
to my
Becky.
in-laws.
Matt's
Hello to
got
my
a hot
in-laws.
wife too.
Okay.
And Miss Pat, he's really a nice person.
I'm super.
I promise.
Miss Becky's mom, I want to start off by saying I'm super sorry.
He's not. He's not sorry. He's not.
Hey,
When I
she's
get
saying
off,
you need Jesus right
when
now.
I get off, I'm gonna do some Bible study. I'm gonna make sure I fix myself. Matt, I do want to say hey to Josh Morris. He was deployed. He's missed a couple of our episodes. He's back now. Welcome back, little brother. And, since we're talking about hot people, his mom, I might have hit.
So you did it again. You did it again.
There you go. He can't help himself.
Sorry, Miss Becky's mom, once again for saying that. I did not fornicate with Josh Morris's mom. I wanted to a lot all through high school, but I didn't. I restrained myself, even though she was choosing a lot. She was, giving me to my eyes, and I just didn't out of respect for my brother.
Hey, so on another note, so this is my daughter, Trinity Jaden Cobb. Yes, always supporting. We'll check in as much as I can in and out of lessons. So Trinity is a Fred Astaire dance instructor in the Heights. She's a pro performer. She competes like every weekend. She's always gone and traveling. So love you, Trinity. Thanks for watching. I always call her Scarface because she's got a little scar on her face.
Who is that? Who is that, Ty?
That's my daughter, Trinity. She's number 4.
Is she the oldest? Who's
no,
the oldest?
she's the number 4.
You just said she's number 4, bro.
4 of 6.
He's got 12 kids with like 7 baby mamas. I'm trying to figure out which one this is. No, I'm just kidding.
While we're giving shouts out,
you can just mute Al, Julie says.
Yeah.
Just mute him.
While we're giving shouts out, shout out to Lady Honeycomb in the building. That's my little cousin. I put her in the Navy back in the day. And she has a.
And she still talks to you. She still talks to you, bro.
Yeah, because she knows I put her in the right direction. I led her the right way, and she has a story to tell. I'm gonna talk with her because I think that even from a woman's perspective in the military and going through what she's gone through and going through now and all this stuff is a story that need to be heard. But I have to check with her to see if she's okay with ever even talking about that, because there's a lot of pain and a lot of things that happen in that. But I think that's, sometimes being able to talk about it and get it out with support can help you through it. So if you're ever, Lady Honeycomb, Janae, if you're ever open or you're ever willing to talk about it, if you want to go down that road, I'm with you. I'll be there side by side with you. If this could be a place that you want to do, but if not, I understand, because like I know, that would be probably one of the deepest podcasts that we would ever have, because there's so much loss and so much there's a lot that went through that. But if you're ever open to that, I'm sure the fellas here, my brothers here, will be open arms to help you get through that process. There'll be a lot of healing that will come through that, and it was something that I wanted to reach out to you and talk to you about. But we'll see. You let me know, and I'm with you. There you go. Who's that handsome little sir?
That's little Josh Moore looking like baby Adam Sandler in high school. He's talking that shit. Let me just get him on the screen.
Yeah.
I got his senior picture still. Look at little Josh. Look at that. Look at that face. Look at
there you go.
Look at that video more. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah. Matt, you good, my brother? I know you're out work. So you're out. Are you on work right now?
No, I'm in Cleveland.
Man, looking brain fart, bro. You told me earlier that you were helping your daughter move back to tech. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. So shouts out to you, man. Safe travels and all that stuff. And it is what it is. But it was a good conversation today, bro. Brothers, you know what I mean? We touched on some stuff. Some of it's ugly, some of it's not. But we got through it. And at the end of the day, I don't like you guys any less than I did before. Matter of fact, I feel like maybe that's growing that we have to do, because we all have opinions. They're like assholes. Everybody has one. You know what I mean? Who's right? Some are stinkier than others. But it is what it is. And we're still here. So all the family that is in the chat, we love you. I'm glad that you're watching. If you're watching this on big screen, small screen, on your phone, in your car, wherever you are, we are thankful that you guys have done so and that you're with us for this podcast. And until the next one, I want to tell you guys, I love you guys, and we'll see you next week. But that's it. I guess we're going to bring everybody out unless there's something that you guys have left that you guys want to share. I hear some
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to say again, I'm sorry to all.
You hear the crinkling? I hear it somewhere. Is that me? I don't think so. No. All right. Maybe so. It went away, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Peace. That was it. All right, what were you going to say, Al?
I was going to say again, sorry to the moms, Miss Becky mom.
But he's not sorry, you guys. He's saying it, but he's not.
Yeah, I mean, if I was being sincere, I'm lying. I'm never sorry about what I say, but I will next. Please watch next week, and I'll make sure I'll keep the F-bombs to a minimum, and anything about my penis, I'll keep it. It's short anyways and small, so I'll keep it short and sweet to the point.
Can't help himself. You see, he just can't help himself. Yeah, everything that comes out of everything that comes out. All right, Ty, what about you, sir?
No, I'm good. I'm good to go.
All right. Well, do you know what time it is, man? You can bring in the sounds. We're gonna break it down. I'm gonna go ahead and do what we do as we leave out for this last piece of the Triple Threat Bet podcast. I'm your man, DJ World T, as you may know. Blake being Blake, High Time, Brother Blake, Blizzle, all these names. This is all me. You know what I mean? But you guys came in with us. We appreciate you guys, man. This is a blast. We're having fun. We're doing what we do. Like I said, this is the Triple Threat Bet podcast. I'm your man, DJ Royalty. Inside of the house tonight, you had your man, Ty Cobb, Albert Hero, and my man, Matt Johnson. Last words, fellas. Last words. I'm going to go ahead and bring my man, Matt, in so he can say his last words for the evening.
No, I'm good. We're good, man. I think it was all said today. Guys, have a good time out there. Doc, my daughter is moving to the San Antonio area, so I saw you ask that question. So we'll be on the road to Texas this weekend. But thank you, everybody, for watching. Love you, Becky. See you soon.
All right. And to my man on my top right, he's over there. See my forehead. My man, Al Hero. What you got for us, brother?
Nothing. I think I've said enough, and I don't want to say anything else because I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. So I'm just going to shut the heck up.
All right. And to my man, my mellow, the cool type fellow, my man Ty Cobb. Wax Poetic one time for me, big bro. What you got?
Well, I had a bit of a technology failure there. You know how, like with Apple products, where it zooms in real good, I couldn't get it to zoom out. So when you was trying to get me to start the music, I couldn't get it to do. So then I got discombobulated. So here's what I think about. Like, I love having conversations with you guys. I love coming into one of the shows and knowing some general things we're going to talk about. And I know it's always going to turn out good because we're going to have good conversations. We're going to have a very differing of opinions when it comes to dealing with these things. But we're going to have some good discourse. We may disagree, but at the end of the day, we're a united front. We're going to be great friends. We're involved with each other in like our everyday lives, and it's just great to have you guys. So thanks a lot. I appreciate everyone watching tonight. Please like, subscribe, follow. Make sure you share with some friends. Maybe we can share some tools that can work for them. Thanks for watching.
My man. All right. I guess enough has been said. I'm going to be here. Hopefully I'm here next week. If you guys ever find out from me, what is the definition of a black job? Let me know, because I just need to know. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to stop beating up on that horse. But anyway, that's just my little humor for the end of it. Hey, do something good for yourself, right? Make sure you exercise. Make sure you do something. Call your mom. Call somebody who's alive. Call somebody you haven't talked to in a long time and say, hey, I'm going to tell you all the time. When you meet somebody brand new, greet them with a smile. The first one to smile sets the tone. You be the tone setter. This world, one thing is not going to come back is time. One thing that's bigger than everything is love. And when you learn how to love and you take the time to love, you'll find out that you'll spend more time doing things that you love. So just love your neighbor, love yourself. And until next week, you guys be cool. I'm DJ Royal T, and we out. Peace.